My husband is going through financial struggles now. Though I have the money, I will not help. Hello, it's another week, and you're welcome to Life Stories with Bussy, where true life speaks and healing begins. Today, I have another story, and because it's a long story, I'm going to do without the preambles and just go straight into the story. Okay? Okay? So come along with me. So, this story was written by a lady, and she says that her name is T. Hello, Bussy. A friend introduced me to your channel and it looks really good. People might not appreciate this channel until they find themselves in some interesting relationship issues. Let's just call me T. Me and my friends were talking about whether I should fully disclose my financial status to my husband or not. She feels I should, but that I should just be firm about how I want my money to be spent, but I don't want to. We met and fell in love 12 years ago. If anyone had told me at the point that we would be here, I'd never believe it. Not in my wildest dream. We loved each other. We were friends for 3 years before we got married. Why do men change when marriage happens? Sometimes I don't blame people who want to remain lovers and not make it legal. A year into our marriage, I had our first daughter, and pregnancy dealt me several blows. After having the baby, I had all manner of illnesses. My husband referred to me as lazy because I also lost my job at that time. He said after one child, I became a shadow of myself, and that there are women outside there who aren't privileged and go back to work immediately. I had no help. His mother came and didn't help. She made herself a rival in the house, cooking for herself and her son. My mother had passed that same year. My father is another story that I will come back to. My auntie offered to come stay with me, but my husband refused. Bussy, I suffered. I was doing exclusive because he refused to buy formula. I was ill, struggling to cook for myself and take care of the baby. My office then paid me off, and my husband made sure that I used all the money on the baby. He stopped giving me money. People might say maybe he didn't have money at that time, maybe he was going through a rough patch. No, he was building a house for his mother. Did I have a problem with that? No, my problem was because of that project, he denied me money. When our baby turned 2 years old, I started looking for a job, and he was against it. But knowing that I had to depend on him for something as little as sanitary towel didn't sound good to me. He and his mother frustrated every attempt. He said his baby can't be sent to the creche, and he said he wouldn't pay for a nanny either. At this point, I challenged him and asked him what I ever did to deserve this treatment, that I didn't understand the man he had become, that we're supposed to be friends. I had to report him to some of his friends because his whole family supports him. He told those ones that he's been asking me for a business plan, that he doesn't want me to work 9 to 5. All the business plans I gave him, he ridiculed. Yet his sister started one of such businesses. When I challenged him about sharing my plans with his sister, he asked me if I'm the only one God gives ideas to. At that point, I knew that I married my enemy. I left my child to stay at my auntie's house. Family members had meetings upon meetings, scolded him on how he treated me. I'd lost faith in that marriage, but my family kept encouraging me to go back, that it was stating problems and that it would change. Yeah, it changed for some months, and I was just glad that it changed. I started working again, though he would complain when I got back late, which was not often. Then he started talking about us having other children. I told him that it wasn't good time. He was building our house and I was traumatized from my previous experience. He started complaining that I'd become proud and that I wasn't giving him, my daughter, and the home quality time. I told him that we should give it time, but my daughter had a near-death experience caused by one of our nannies. I was forced to quit my job a second time because family put a lot of pressure on me. At that time, I got pregnant and I had twins. Things were all right for a while. He gave me monthly upkeep and pocket money. I had a living nanny who was responsible and loved the children. She had been with us for 2 years. Then I told him that I needed to start work again. He refused and said that he would invest in a business for me. I drew up so many business plans again, and he kept rejecting everything, saying they were not solid ideas. I got tired. Then all of a sudden, he said that he would stop giving me the pocket money because we needed to save for the house project. After that, he reduced the monthly feeding allowance, and I kept telling him that the money wasn't enough. He said I should let the nanny go, that the children were old enough. The twins were almost 3 at that time. Then the madness started. He started dating different ladies. He told me that I didn't appeal to him any longer. I scraped money to start a business. It frustrated my every move. I started looking 10 years older than I did. I was depressed. I stopped turning out for family events. This man didn't send me. He wasn't eating at home. He didn't touch me. Didn't speak to me. If I attempted to talk to him, he would shout me down. I accepted that the marriage was over. He didn't touch me for over 2 years. I met my old friend David in the children's school. He just relocated to the area. We went to the university together. He was disappointed at how I was. It was like, you were the most brilliant girl in the class. You graduated first class. What happened? He started encouraging me to leave again. It took a long time, but he started giving me jobs. I got my confidence back when I helped him win a huge contract through one of the strategies that I sold to him. I gained my confidence back and started living again. I changed, lost weight, changed my wardrobe. And guess who accused me of cheating? My husband. Cheating he couldn't substantiate because David was just God sent to pull me out of the hole I found myself in. He was happily married with children. Now, back to my father. I didn't know him like that. He sent money for school and upkeep to my mother, but I didn't really know him. But guess what? I've forgiven him of all his sins because early this year, I learned I was left a huge sum of money and properties by the man. All of a sudden, I am a millionaire. So the man had died, but his other children had been contesting the will, and I didn't even have a clue until the court ruled on it, and I was called by his lawyers. Anyway, say hello to the recent millionaire. And now, my mommy Gio friend thinks that I should share the truth of my financial status with him. Now, here's something else. Since last year, Desmond has been going through some financial setbacks. He never discussed it with me. Even when one of our friends asked him right in my presence if his wife was aware of his financial struggles, he hissed and laughed and said, "What value can this one possibly add to one's life?" My friend believed that I should disclose my financial status now and actually help him. But I don't agree. This is the same man who abused me financially, who denied me even sanitary towels, who ridiculed my business ideas, who thought I wasn't worth anything. If he didn't deem it fit to share it with me, I don't see why I should be helping him financially now. Though I have the money, I will not help. I don't intend to tell him about my inheritance, and even if he wants to rent any of my properties, I will rent it through the agent and collect money from him. Tomorrow, some people will say women are wicked, but who created the monsters? Thank you so much, C, for opening your heart and sharing this story with us. You've been through so much. What you've been through is not small. And sincerely, one cannot fault how you feel right now. And I'm not even going to fault it or anything. But the only thing that I'd like to say is that you are not a monster. Though your husband's acts and everything that he did was to create a monster out of you, but you are not one. And you're not going to stop being who you are. just because somebody treated you somehow. You're not going to respond back the way that he treated you. That is not to say that you tell him about your new financial status. That's not to say that you would give him money. No, but I just want you to know that you would not become somebody else just because somebody treated you badly. You're not going to be that person that he wanted to create. Obviously, you had a husband who could not deal with your brilliance and your intelligence, and at every time he tried to suppress you because it was obvious every time you wanted to work, he didn't want you to work. Your husband saw your creativity, he saw your intelligence, and he refused to celebrate it. Rather, he decided to crush it. Yeah, because your brilliance threatened him. Yeah, he was threatened by your brilliance. He was threatened by who you were. And that was why he didn't want you to work. And every time you took a business plan to him, he would ridicule that business plan. Interesting that it's the same business plan, the same strategies, the same plans that you sold to your friend David that won him a huge contract. So what that tells us is that you're a very intelligent woman, you're very brilliant, and your husband was scared of that brilliance. He was supposed to use it to his advantage, but he was threatened by it. And so is where he is today. And your husband was just doing himself because even without your inheritance, he wouldn't be in that financial mess that he is in today. Because with your brilliance and all the business ideas that you were selling to him, one of which his sister stole, with that brilliance, you would have done so well in your business and you would have supported him. The Yoruba people say, Ashini Shere. That's what he did. He was doing himself, he did not know. And now he's going through some financial setbacks. And take a look at you. You are flourishing. Even if he did not want you to work 9 to 5, you had brilliant ideas that you had sold to him. And he refused them because he was threatened. And the way that you know that he was threatened was when you started working again and he said, oh, you don't have time for the house and that you had become proud. He just wanted to cut your wings. And now he has financial setbacks and you are now in the position to help. And this is what the Bible refers to as the stone that the builders rejected has become the prized cornerstone. Should you tell him about your financial status? Maybe not. Should you help him right now since he's going through some financial setbacks? I don't think that he has changed. And I don't think that you helping him will change him. The truth is, I don't think that you're under any obligation to rescue someone who once tried to destroy you. I don't think so. This is somebody who says that he doesn't think that you have anything of value to add. And he did not discuss his financial issues with you. If he does, and you can talk about it and you think that you can help him, yes. If he doesn't tell you about it, I think you should mind your business. Because if we are a family and you are going through financial issues and you can't tell me your wife, then what is the point? There's no point. So why am I disturbing myself, knocking my head about it? Why should I knock my head about it? But if you feel like we're a family, you feel like I'm your wife and you're going through financial issues and you talk to me about it, then we can talk about it. We can talk about the way we can resolve it. And if I have to inject some money into it, but I feel like if he's not discussing it with you and he doesn't want you to know about it, it's discussed with other people, all your friends know that he's going through financial issues, but he has not come to discuss with you to say, my wife, this is what I'm going through. How do we come out of this? If he does not think that you are partner enough for him to discuss that, why do you want to go and share your money with him? Like, why do you want to go and inject money into his business? Why do you want to give him money? Because the fact that he's going through financial issues does not mean that he has changed. He's still the same person that he is. He's still jealous of you. He's still the same person who doesn't want you to succeed. He's still that same person who is threatened by your brilliance. He's still that same person that does not see value in you. So why do you want to go and offer him money? Except he comes and he talks to you about it, and then you can decide whether you want to inject money into it or not. That's my thought. I don't think that you just show up and just say, oh, my father's inheritance, oh, so let me just give it to you. No. I think that with all the things that you have gone through in the hands of this man, it will be wisdom for you to protect yourself in every way. You're not going to come and shout on the mountaintop, oh, I got an inheritance, what this amount, this X amount, this X amount. That kind of man, from what you have described, will make sure that you spend everything and then you get back to square one where he will want to control and dominate you. That's what I think. But what do you guys think? Do you think that T should tell her husband about a new financial status? Do you think that she should help her husband, or do you think she should just look away? As long as the man has not told her anything, she should just look away. What do you think is the best thing to do? What do you think T should do? Drop your comments. You've been watching Life Stories with Bussy. My name is Adebusola Daily Davids. See you in the next story. Bye.